Glass, the third in a series of films centered in a superhero universe, crafted and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. The first of these films is Unbreakable, and the second is Split. The stars in this film are primarily returning cast from the first two films. You have Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson from Unbreakable, and James McAvoy from Split. This even has returning cast members in the supporting roles. We have the son of Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable, all grown up now. We have the mother of Samuel Jackson's character in old age makeup, along with the girl who was the lone survivor of James McAvoy's character from the movie Split. So the continuity in this film is very strong. In this film, all three of the main characters, Samuel Jackson, McAvoy, and Bruce Willis, have been locked up in a psychiatric facility in a psych ward designated for people suffering from the delusion that they are superheroes, and his ward is being led by a doctor that is played by Sarah Paulson. Now, everyone in this film, for the most part, brought their best, even though some didn't get a chance to shine like I had hoped they would. One thing to consider, for those of you who have not seen Unbreakable or Split, is that this is a hero movie, but it is not like Marvel or DC. This film is slower, and it is more psychologically driven in nature. There's instances where the doctor is trying to convince them all that they are under this delusion, and there's moments where her arguments actually start to get through to them, and they start to question, like, did I really do this, or was it just all in my head? Now, don't get discouraged if you haven't seen Split or Unbreakable. They do a really good job early on in the film. I want to say like the first 30-40 minutes, you're getting introduced to Bruce Willis and James McAvoy's characters, learning what they're like, what their goals are, what their deal is. So don't feel discouraged or feel compelled to watch the first two films before you go see this one. I think you can get by without it. Now, there's a lot more fighting in this film than I thought there'd be. I know that they showed it off a lot in the trailers, but there really wasn't a lot of it in Unbreakable or Split. Like, aside from an instance where Bruce Willis chokes out a home invader and where James McAvoy's character becomes the Beast, there's really not a lot of violence. But in this one there was, and I appreciate it. It was really well done, really well shot. Now, despite being superheroes, like I said, it's not over the top like Marvel or DC. You're never going to see anybody flying around or shooting laser beams out of their eyes. It's more lower level stuff. Think Daredevil, Luke Cage, that level of stuff. You know, you're not going to see world-breaking power here. Now, they did change some of the lore around a bit from the previous films, at least from what I could interpret from the previous films. In Unbreakable, Bruce Willis's character is considered invincible. He's pretty much survived a train accident that killed everybody else, and he walked away unscathed. His one weakness, though, is water. And it's in a sense that he's still vulnerable to drowning, like the rest of us. But in this film, they seem to have amped that up a bit to the point where anytime he gets drenched in water, he becomes weak. I'm not quite sure how he takes a shower, or if baths are a drowning hazard for him now, but they've done that. With James McAvoy's character in Split, if I remember correctly, the only way to draw the beast out of him was with live human sacrifices of a certain variety. But in this film, he's able to draw the beast out just at will. But that's just minor things. That's mainly just to help with the story and help set up the scenes, so I don't mind it that much. Overall, though, this was a good movie. I'd put it on par with the first two films. Unbreakable is still my favorite of the three, though. There is one thing, though, that is keeping me from loving it like I do the others, and that is how they ended it. I won't spoil it, but it is certainly polarizing, and in my opinion, a bit anticlimactic. You will either love it or hate it. Me, I think I've just got to come to terms with it. maybe then I'll like it more. But as it stands, I'll go ahead and get to the ranking here. Now, for those of you who don't know, I do from 1 to 10. Anything 5 or below, I'm basically telling you not to bother with. 6 or a 7, you could probably watch it one time without considering it a waste of time. Anything 8 to 10, I say you could watch maybe more than once without really getting bored. This film, again, as it is right now, I'm going to have to give it a 7 out of 10. But I'm tempted to see it again just to see if that ending bothers me like before. And if it doesn't, I might move it up to an 8. Well, if you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought down below. If you liked what you heard, like and subscribe. That's all. Thanks for listening.